And I want to see better for our island across the board. So I understand and I respect it fully. But if we are not careful, instead of building, we will be breaking. And someone said to me recently, "Oh, we will rise from the ashes." And I thought to myself, really? Really? Little Dominica will rise from the ashes like that? We rose from Maria, but not on our own. And we got plenty help from here, there, and everywhere. Thanks be to God. Right? But that kind of ashes that the person is referring to cannot be easy to rise from. And if you think about ashes, it's not easy to rise from ashes because let's face it, guys. Too little wind and the ashes flies away. You don't even have it to rise from. So let's be practical. Let us be a bit more concerned about Dominica and not our egos, not our feelings, not what we want, but what Dominica needs in order for it to grow. And I'm talking to everybody. I'm not talking to one set of people. I'm speaking to everybody across the board. It's not everything the government doing that is good. And it's not everything that the opposition is doing that is good. And it's not everything that people who are independent and just doing crazy things are doing that is good. We have to stop and think about the country before we do all these negative things that we're doing as a nation. You have your needs, but when you destroy certain aspects of your community, how are you going to meet those needs, bro or sis? How? How are we going to rise from it and to make our lives better? I tell you, and I will always say, and one of the things I always tell young people over the years, whenever election comes, I say to young people, get registered. Have you been registered? No, miss. No, miss? What you waiting for? I'm here in this island, and I remember the election just last month. There was election in Turks and Caicos. Or was it last month or early this month? Excuse me. And I remember asking a couple of young people here, have you been registered? Are you? And they're like, no, I'm not registered. And very, very nonchalant about it, like, just laid back about it. I'm like, really? If you're not registered, you don't have a voice in your country. You shouldn't even try to talk about what's happening in your country if you don't take time to register and to go and vote. So young people, I would say to them in my country, are you registered? Get registered. Who you choose to vote, that is you. I'm never there to tell them, vote this, vote that. Never. Go to any young person and ask them if I ever tell them, go and vote this party or that party. I don't have time for that. That's their choice. But I always say to them, try to vote from an informed point of view. I'm not talking about what yes and people say. Read, research, do your own research. Many people are going on emotions in our country. Emotions. Somebody say that on the radio. They don't know if it's true. They don't go and fact check and they get angry and they start to act. Come on, guys. Come on. And for you leaders who are smart enough to abuse the ignorance of some of our young people, especially that of our young men, for your own advantage, you need to ask yourself a question. Because that is not good either. That is not right. It is not good. That is abuse, furthermore. Because these young people some of them are oblivious of the issues. They just get excited about the fact that they want to send a stone, they want to do this, they want to do that, because it's an opportunity. No, educate people properly and teach them how to conduct, how to control them, the emotional intelligence that is necessary for them to deal with what you're telling them is important too. We are just destroying a generation, creating a norm in their mind that is how we deal with conflict. It's not healthy, guys. It's not healthy. And for those of you who hold the reins of power in Dominica, dialogue more with the little man. Dialogue more with the person who has the different view from you. Dialogue more with the leaders and the other people who need to hear you and to get an explanation from you as to why you're doing what you're doing. Dialogue more with them about their actual real needs and listen to the suggestions that they are making that can better create opportunities for them to meet their own needs. There has been talk about handouts here and handouts there, and people hate the idea because empowerment of people is important. As Rosie Douglas, he's the first one I heard saying that. Excuse me, the late Rosie Douglas. our former prime minister. He's the first I heard saying that, and it wasn't his quote, but he kept on saying it. Instead of giving a man a fish, teach a man how to fish. So yes, we have to do that too. Teach people how to fish to make their own money and create the avenue for them to sell their fish. Create the avenue for them to sell their fish. And I'm talking about fish as just an example. There are lots of other things that we know our country can do better. Yes, we can do better. We can do better. Yeah, obviously, we can do better. But my concern is how we as a people who are known to be friendly, hospitable, loving, a happy nation, how we are dealing with situations that affect our country, it's also concerning to me. So that's why I say I'm sorry. I'm sorry that we are so volatile as a nation right now. Before something political happens, we explode on social media, making a kind of a noise, painting our country as if it is the worst country in God's world. I've heard people say Dominica not a real place. Really? Have you been to real places for you to see their conditions and their situations? No, I'm not saying we don't have things to fix. And I will maintain that we have a lot to fix and a lot to fix better and to ensure that all our people across the board, that their needs are being met. Yeah, and being met properly. But Dominica is a real place with real people, with real needs. And those needs are not just physical needs, they're also emotional needs. Dominica is a real country trying to get its name out there for tourism, and we can see there is a certain effort, and that's great. I'm not there to paint my country like it is the worst place in the world. Interestingly, I met somebody who said to me, before I met you, I didn't know of Dominica. Now I met you, every day Dominica is on my feed, and some of these stories are not good. I was like, whoa. And the person said, what's going on in your country? And I had to give a basic explanation of what I knew was going on in my country. And some of us glory in painting the little Dominica, the little rock, glory in telling all the people in the world that Dominica is this and that. No, it's not perfect. Dominica is not perfect. It has plenty problems. But are we the worst? Are we the worst? And for those of us in the diaspora, as they say, I don't know diaspora, and I don't like that word. It's not a word I embrace. I do not like it. But for those of us living abroad, as my friend would say, over abroad for funniness. For those of us living abroad and we behind our computers putting wood in fire, trying to light the fire, tell them, go, go. We're not there to see when those boys getting nick of stone and getting rubber bullets in their tail and so on, and getting tear gassed. We're not there. But we're there telling them, go, 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 go do it. And I wonder if you were in Dominica, if you would do it. Yeah. Oh, yes, I would do it. Yeah, until you get on the ground, would you do it? I have a problem with that because we are not helping these young people. No, we're not. Talking about, oh, they are the real soldiers. Yeah, they are the real soldiers. Who is going to bail some of them when they get them? Or are you willing to send your money to bail these people when they out there sit down in a cell with no good place to sleep and eating biscuit and coke if somebody remember to bring one for them? I mean, that's serious. It's not a good condition for anybody to be in, furthermore. And by the way, if that is the condition that Spags is in, where there is no mattress from what I read, if that is true, that is very bad. He's a human and he should not be treated that way. And nobody should be treated that way, furthermore. Prisoners are people too, and that's the next story. That's the next story. Prisoners are people too. They may have committed crimes, yes, heinous crimes, some of them. But when they are still wronged in terms of being part of our humanity, then their rights and their rights have to be honored. I'm not saying they have to get everything they want. You can give them comfort, make them think they're at their home. But to sleep, at least something to put your head on, something to put your body on, and not the hard concrete, not the cold wall, and this kind of thing, not mold, not this kind of vibe there. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a lot. It's a lot of things, and I know I'm saying a lot of things in one video there. But honestly, sisters and brothers, at the end of the day, I'm Dominican. I love my country. And I know some of you say, oh, you love your country and you live and go. Yes, I love my country, and I left and went elsewhere to work. And I have plenty of reasons why I did that. Okay? Plenty of reasons. I don't have to go in all these reasons right now. But you cannot say I did not serve Dominica. And I still serve my country without your knowing. Okay? I have served my country. I've given my heart, my life, and people who know my work and who have seen me over the years and have seen my growth and what I've been able to contribute to my country, they know they cannot dispute it. Nobody can dispute. For them, even they dispute this, they know they're false. You know? Cannot dispute the fact that I have done a lot for this nation, for Dominica, my country, my home. And I'm not turning my back on my country. I've said it. I'm not turning my back on Dominica. I love Dominica. It's my heart. It's my home. You know, maybe one day I will come back home. Who knows? Sooner than later. Home is home at the end of the day. Home is home. And party is great, but I've never been a person to be deep inside of any political belly, any political party belly. Never. And by the way, to you who put the lie on your newspaper that said that after I finish going and sing in all political rally of the party, you are lying. You are a liar. Because Caesar Paul has not gone and sing on anybody's political platform. And I know what you're referring to. You're referring to Hurricane Maria, 2017, November 2017, when Dominica was in such a state, needing hope, needing encouragement. Me being a youth choir leader, me being a praise and worship minister and having a praise and worship ministry, reached out to by the leaders of the country then to say, can you come? Can your group come during our independence, celebration to lead a few songs of praise and worship? Can your group come? Who would turn down that opportunity of coming to bring hope to their country at a time like that? And that is the problem with us. We are thin-skinned, we are small in mind, narrow thinking. So because I went on that platform, people vex with me, People vex because I should not have gone to sing praise and worship at an independence rally. Huh? My country's independence after a murderous hurricane like Maria. 2 months after it. And you're telling me I should not go because you believe in your political party and you find that government that leading there. I should not go and sing nothing they have. That's rubbish. That is not politics. That's stupidity. Remember I tell you that. It's stupidity. It's rubbish. To think that way is very small in our minds. It's rubbish. And we shouldn't think that way. What happened to patriotism? Huh? What happened to patriotism? All the patriots and them. We call ourselves patriots. What happened to that? A patriot would not think that way. A patriot would say, go ahead and give the people hope. And that's what we tried to do. And people, how many years later, 2017 passed comme for? How much time? How many years? And in 2025, all you have rubbish and all you people talking about, after me, Caesar Paul, finish going all Labour Party platforms. Such a lie. Such a lie. I am running from Dominica. That's rubbish. Remember I told you it's rubbish and it's a blatant lie. And that is the problem. Many people are thriving on lies from all sorts of sources. They don't do fact check. They don't try to go back and watch. You can go back and watch all the rallies. Look for me on a political platform. Gade pour moi. Yes, go and look for me. Tell me if you see me on anybody's political platform. There's rubbish. We have to be more sensitive and smart than that, people. And that is the issue with us. We believe every rubbish that somebody spew about our nation and about other people. As long as if we think the person doesn't support our party, then. And listen, I get blows from UWPites. I still getting blows from UWPites. I still getting blows from people that do support the government. And I getting blows from people that supporting the government. And I still getting blows from people that have strong allegiance from the government, with the government. I get in blows because I get up and go. I leave Dominica and I go. People vex with me for that. But how you can vex with me? It's my life. I served for 28 years. All you forget that, man. Nobody ever tell me thank you. But no, I wasn't looking for thank you. I worked. It was my job. And I gave my best. I served my country. I represented Dominica at various meetings, as a young person in Bahamas, youth explosion 1998. When I left Bahamas with over 70 something young people, CARICOM and the Commonwealth Youth Program said, no, we want you to not go straight to Dominica. We need you to go to Barbados to represent these young people, to talk at another function on behalf of young people. And the following year, CARICOM says, we want you to come to Suriname to speak on behalf of young people. With people like Ronnie Yearhood, who is now very much involved in politics in Barbados. Ronnie Yearhood, we all went to Suriname together to address the heads of government. Back then, people like Mr. Edison James, Mr. Pandey, Mr. Timothy from St. Kitts Nevis, and so on. People like Geoffrey, who is now in government in St. Kitts Nevis, was in Bahamas then as well. People like Cassius Stewart was very much involved in politics in Bahamas, was there as well. Do your homework before you just come and brand people. I am bigger than party in my head. I don't need to belong to anybody's political party to work, to be a Dominican, to be genuine with people, to serve all people. That's what I was doing, serving all people. I didn't have to have no allegiance to nobody. I remember when a particular man in Portsmouth was going up for UWP in Portsmouth, and he came, and I was a youth officer, and he said, can you come and help our young people with leadership and so on? And I said, sure, no problem. And I went and I trained them. I didn't shortchange them. I didn't shortchange them because there was some other party that was not in government. No, I served them just like how I would serve an LYO. And many LYOs reached out, and yes, I served too. And different people, different parties have their own thing. There was a year some people call in, what party she's supporting? Yeah, all stupidness. Come on, guys. Let's get bigger than that. Our politics must grow. Our political ideologies and attitudes must grow to a point where even if we have allegiance to a particular party, and you can, don't be like me. If I find I've never been inside of a political party. So if I find that works for me, that's fine. I'm not saying maybe tomorrow I won't get involved in a political party if I find that it's necessary and there's a group of people that I feel I want to work with. No, I'm not saying that that is impossible. But I'm saying if you're in a party, you still need to be rational. You still need to be logical. You still need to be fair. When wrong is wrong, deal you're wrong. When right is right, tell them they are right. And don't support all this destruction. All this, there must be better ways for us to deal with our situations as people. So a man and a woman, they have a problem. First thing the man doing is come, he start to burn up the house. So yeah, we cannot do better. He and the lady have a problem, he start to put blows on the children. Like, really? Really? Aren't there other ways we can find to deal with our situations, guys? And I'm not against protest. A person can protest. But when the protest turn into a mess, and be it by any source, police and civilians, two contributors. It takes two to make a quarrel. Shortly, it's not one. It's when so started that happened. And when it's when this one did that happened. It takes two people to make a quarrel. Two. Not one. So two people got involved and two sets of groups got involved and created the chaos and the bad pictures we see now on our social media about our country. Yeah. We all have to learn to control it, guys. And I know we're not perfect, we'll make mistakes, but there are some things, to me, like I feel we can do better. We can do better. You know, there are lots of things I would say. And I watch my little friend Soana. I know Soana for years. You know, and it broke my heart to listen first, because I wasn't seeing first, I was listening. So, excuse me. I listened, and it broke my heart to just hear how the officer was talking to her. Just the tone, just the anger, the venom that was coming out of his mouth towards her. You know? And I don't know if she had to be where she was there. I would not have gone there, to be honest. I would not have find myself in the middle there. Maybe I see other people. I would not have gone in the middle there. And if the officer asked me to move, I will come out of his place. Simple. And put myself where I think I am safe and able to do what I came there to do. But she chose to stay and to be defiant and whatever. That's her. But I still feel like the way in which the situation was handled and pulling her and her camera that was getting physical was not necessary. And even our police officers need to learn this thing, need to learn emotional intelligence, and need to learn how to control their behaviors and their attitude towards people. Yeah, police not innocent. Police too make mistakes. Civilians make mistakes. Everybody in the heat of the moment, we don't all of us don't think rationally. And everybody think that we have the answer how this person should behave, how that person should have behaved. We were not in the situation, so we don't know. We don't know the embarrassment that was the other people felt who were around. I see everybody pelting stones and so on. I'm not there for that. None of my place to do. I don't know what these people want. And to be honest, at that point, I cannot say that if I was in that, I would have dealt with it that way and this way. No. But what I do know is like the way in which the police was addressing the young lady, I didn't like it. I myself didn't like it. And I felt like it was one-sided. That's me. You know? But that is for them to deal with. I just want to urge Swana, be very careful going forward, as a young lady, and journalism is important to you. Qualify yourself more so that you know how to deal with situations like these. Read up more, do your little research, protect your life, protect yourself, because people tell you stay there, stay there, stay there, but you that's staying there, not them. Remember, it's you that's staying there. They will be on the other side, on the periphery, telling you stay there, stay there. So you have to watch yourself, protect yourself as well. Okay? And I sympathize with you because I know that your emotions, you must have felt all sorts of emotions. You must have felt embarrassment, shame, anger, frustration, just name it. You must have felt those things. And I empathize. I empathize with you, Soana. As a person, as a sister, as a woman, I know you from where, and if I didn't know you, the point is I saw. And for me, like, that wasn't cool. It wasn't cool at all. I believe the officer needs to be spoken with by his superiors about how he handled that situation. If he was great, if they didn't talk to him, that's up to them. But I believe they need to talk to him too about how he deals with that. And if she was singled out from among, then it's not good. Let's fix those things. We can fix them. Human relations. We can fix them, guys. We can fix those things. Okay? So I just want to urge us as a people, let us think before we act. The Bible talks about us having 2 ears and 1 mouth, that we will listen twice as much as we speak. So we'll speak plenty less than how much we hear. And hearing there is not just to hear with our ears, but to hear with our minds, because we read, because we stop to think, because we listen to positive things to affirm us and to help us to know the difference between certain behaviors and certain times. And we don't just listen to one stereotypical thing, you know. Let us hear plenty more and then speak if needs be. All of us, not I say us. Yeah, I have been struggling. How do I deal with this? That I felt all sorts of emotions on that day, and even the following day with what happens at Salisbury, and then the following day when you hear about Spags, and just all these emotions, and I see pains of people on both sides. People are hurting. People are hurting. They love who they love, and they see all these dirty remarks about the people they love, and it's tearing us apart. We're hurting each other with those kinds of expressions. To be honest, I'm not saying I don't get angry too, and sometimes I want to really rant about certain things. But even then, I have to stop and think. The kind of things we say to each other on social media because we're so angry and we have allegiance to this or that. It's not good, guys. Can we do better? Can we try to do better? Can we try to have greater dialogue among our people? Can we? We can. We can try. And especially the younger generation. I believe we need a cadre of young people who will transform our politics from what it is now to mature, a more mature type of politics where people are more able to sit and willing to sit and listen to each other. We need to try this, guys. I love Dominica, even if some people doubt that I do. I love my country. I love Dominica. That's why I stay tuned because I want to know what's happening in my country. But at the end of the day, we have a country, and if we destroy it for a moment, it's harder to build it back. Harder. Dominica is no easy place to develop. And I don't fool yourself. No party, no government will ever work magic in Dominica to make it roads paved with gold like that. Dominica is a hard place to develop. Let us not fool ourselves. It is difficult. But what it requires is unity across the board, transparency, honesty, integrity, those words that we always throwing around over and over, justice for all, peace, respect for each other, and fairness across the board. Okay? I have not spoken about the bill. That's for another subject. I want to get the bill in my hand and read it so I can understand everything inside there before I put my voice to it at this point. Okay? But at the end of the day, I don't think we should allow our emotions to get a hold of us so much that we forget that we have a country. We have a country that depends on us. And it's not, when I say a country, it's not just Dominica, the land, those trees and those rivers and those roads and whatever. No, the people. And you know which people? The young people, the children. So you know how we talk about sustainable development? Yeah. If we destroy what we have now, what are we leaving for them? Those after us. Let's think about that. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I know everything I say you may not agree with, and that's fine. You can share your views, but do it respectfully. If your comment is not respectful, I will not leave it on my channel. That's me. It has to be respectful. You can have your views. You can differ from some of what I said. That's completely respected. But let us respect each other. And to you who think I'm from Portsmouth and I grew up in luxury, go and do your homework. You're well wrong. Wrong, wrong, wrong. I came from humble beginnings. I will never forget my humble beginnings. And I will continue to love Dominica and help those who are in humble beginnings to rise to a higher level. May God bless us, bless you, bless Dominica. Let us work together as a nation. Dominica, God loves you, and I love you too. See you guys.